Welcome to the next episode of SMD Viewpoints. Today we have guests, and we're going to revisit a episode that we had, our very first episode. So we decided to ask a couple of our men, guys, our friends, our family members to come on in and ask and answer some questions about wifely duties.
Okay, so the first question of today's topic is, what do we consider wifely duties?
Once again, you have Kim as our single lady of SMD. We
What's up,
have
everybody?
Jackie as the divorcee of the SMD. She's the D in the SMD. And I am
I'm the D.
and I am Karen, the M in SMD Viewpoints. And today we have Kevin, our good friend Kevin, all the way from Las Vegas.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey.
And then we have my brother Clyde Britt, all the way from the other side of town.
Hey.
Right, Flintstone.
They're all Flintstones, ain't that something?
We all
That's right.
Flintstones. Yeah,
Right.
every single last one of us.
Louisiana, so
Can't nobody do it any better, right?
All right, yabba dabba do.
Thank you
Welcome,
guys.
guys. Welcome.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you.
guys for joining. And we have Jackie in Louisiana, so we all over. We're going global, y'all. We're going global.
Right.
So as we sit here and chit chat, we were just wondering you guys' perspective of wifely duties. So that is kind of like the first question we're going to go out. What do you expect from a wife, even though they both aren't married now, but Kevin has been, and their Clyde is single. But what do you guys expect if you ever thought about marriage again or being married? What are wifely duties? What do you consider?
Go ahead, Clyde, take the floor.
Okay. Hey, for me, she would have to be a partner
Mhm.
because I have a few things going on. You know, I don't see wifely duties as a traditional thing. As a single person, I think that we work together. You know, at my age, at this point in my life, we had to work together to get things done. You know, if there's housework that need to be done, we had to work together. If there's finances, we have to work together. You know, because you know, certain things I just can't do. Well, I have to do them anyway, but they ain't my favorite thing. I can get the house, but I ain't gonna keep it clean. I'm gonna tell you right now. So she gonna have to have some extra skills as far as cleaning the house up and everything, you know. But I think this time and age, to define wifely duties or husband duties is kind of obsolete, because this day and time everybody's doing. You got to do everything, especially if you got kids and everybody's working. You know, I think that wifely duties thing may be a little outdated.
I can understand that.
That's a good way to think of. We never even thought about that, because it really is. We really do everything together. It's just whoever has the time. You know, that's a good thought.
Because you.
I must agree. I think it's us duties. It ain't wifey duties. You know, you catch the slack and I catch the slack and we slack together, right?
Right.
And that's just, you know, how I feel it should be. There's nothing that should be named as who does this and who does that. You know, I'm able to cook and clean and cut the grass and move the rocks around in Vegas as we do. You know, and that's just it's a give and take thing, you know what I'm saying? So wifey duties.
Y'all gotta be careful with that wifey duty stuff. You know, they persecuting people about gender identity and stuff, and put women shoes,
right. They
stuff, you know?
Right. You're right about that. Yep, you're right about that. And go ahead, Kevin.
Got some women out there. What wifely duties? What's wrong with you? You know?
Right.
Can I touch bases on something that Clyde said?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Clyde. Karen said that you were single. Hey, my name is Jackie. I'm an Aries. Just want to know. Hey, stable. Hey.
I've been single all my life.
Okay. And my perspective as the divorce lady is everything that you two mentioned. Also, Kimberly and I talked about this the other day, as far as letting your mate know when you're going somewhere, when you're out and about, if you're going to spend time with your girlfriends or anything like that. I also consider that to be a wifely duty. You're letting them know, hey, I'm going to hang out for a little bit, or I'm going to take a trip with my girlfriends. As a single lady, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. But if I'm going to be with a person and I consider myself doing wifely duties, I'm going to let them know, hey, you know, next weekend I'm going here, or tomorrow I'm going here with my girlfriends. And hopefully, you know, he'll respect that. Okay, I'm done. Okay.
Right, but I find it interesting that you all said that, because, you know, back in the day, which was true, I guess there was a breakdown because most of the wives stayed at home, or they only worked like part-time. So they did have wifely duties where you would be the cook, you would be the person to clean the house, you'd be the one to take care of the kids, you'd be the one to do everything in school because the husband was off at work, and then on the weekends the husband would come and do the outside work. Now, I'm just gonna be honest, like Clyde, you said you ain't good with the cleaning. I'm not good with outside. I think it should be pretty, but I ain't the one to help it get pretty. So I understand, so I'm gonna stay in the house. But that's my part. That's that part I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play in the house.
I'm gonna take care of the outside. I love that.
Right.
I love that. Yeah. I just think that, and you got to look at. I'm looking at us, and we're all up in our ages, around 50 or older.
I'm 25, Clyde. I've been 25 for the last 15 years. Don't throw me up there. This gray is just camouflage.
I thought it was gonna be
right.
But I'm saying, what about the young people? These young people, what do they see as wifely duties and stuff? They don't do it the same no more.
No, they don't.
What we talk about, the way we do things, is nothing like what they do at all.
Right, that's true.
Things have changed, have evolved, and I'm sure.
Well, the traditional wifey duties are the cooking, the cleaning, the taking care of the kids, the taking care of the husband, and then the mom, the go-to mom, the cab driver, whatever you want to call us, but that's what I consider wifey duties, and taking care of the husband, fixing his plate, fixing his meals, but that's traditionally what I think we will consider wifey duties.
What's that woman's movement?
Me Too.
The Me Too movement. If they heard us talking about this, we'd all be in trouble.
Right. Well, and Janelle Monáe was just on the red table talking about she's binary. She's non-binary. I'm like, what the hell is that?
What is that?
But yeah, that meaning she's, no gentrification, no nothing. She's just who she is, and whatever comes her way, comes her way. Right.
Right. Okay, I'm all right with that. That's something that can't change.
Right. No.
Right.
Yep. The law of nature. Yep. The law of nature.
When you look at whose duty is whose duty, because you gotta watch the kids. I gotta go to work. You gotta go to work. That back in the day, the woman didn't work.
Right. So now it is more of a tag team than it is just one place. Okay.
When Karen asked me to do this, I got to thinking about it. I ain't never been married, but I'm like, if I had somebody, how would it work? And it would have to work as a partnership. It would have to, because there's no other way for me.
Right.
Which is, as I think about it, I had when we first did the episode, I do this, I do that. But as I have progressed, because I'm coming up on 25 years, it's more partnership. I need you, you need me, the kids need to go here, the kids need to go there. You know how to cook what you know how, and I cook what so we can make it together. So that's how to change it. Now, I have to admit, I started off me thinking I had to have these wifey duties, I had to do everything. And then as I began to evolve, I decided that, hey, I don't have to do this by myself. These equally this equally is our house. This is equally our children. We each have a job. It's not like it was when I could sit home, because I've been trying to go back there. Let me quit and I'll sit home and I'll make sure everything cleaned up. But that ain't happening. That ain't
Right,
our style is
right.
not happening
Right.
for that now.
Especially when you get all the kids out of the house, then really things start to change because there's only you and him in the house. So the duties actually break down. You know, you don't have as many.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You have to compromise, I guess.
Right, because now you picking back up the kids' duties.
Yeah.
Right, but now we just don't have. It'll be less duties. I mean, it's just
Right.
us, so we do whatever we feel. You know,
Right.
we do whatever we feel.
Right.
Since we have debunked the the wifely duties, I wrestled our questions out the waters. So how do you get somebody quicker to the altar? By me doing this up front, will that make you guys go back to the altar, or are we not? Or as there's some are saying now that marriage doesn't have to happen. Let's just do us and be done with marriage. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I think the understanding, you know, of what the new duties are could help in a relationship or going to the altar. Now, not for me, but for other people, you know, if you get that communication, hey, look, ain't gonna be no such thing as wife and husband duty. It's gonna be our duty, you know. That might help negotiate you back to the altar.
But you said you never going to the altar?
Not for me.
Oh, that's a whole nother show. We gotta talk about that.
Right, yeah. Me and him can hang out in that show long, yeah, because I'm comfortable with not being married.
Don't leave me behind. I'm coming with y'all.
I'm all right. I've been single all my life. So
right.
I don't know what it's like to be married.
Right.
I know what it's like to live with somebody. Cohabitate.
Right.
But as far as marriage, I don't know anything about that.
Right.
So at this point in my life, I'm not looking for a wife. I'm looking for a partner.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
that's where. Yep, I understand completely.
Yeah. Well said. Yep.
Kevin, you've been married, so you've never going back?
I won't say I'm never going back, but it's just not on the top of the list. You know, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm not out searching. I'm enjoying myself. As you see, the wind's blowing in my hair. I had to put a cap on to hold everything down.
Right.
And,
me too. Me too. Right.
So I don't know. I really can't say what would take me back to that table. You know, if I had to really think about it, it's just been a great, 17 years being divorced. It was a happy divorce. Okay. I'm not saying nothing against the other party, but it was a mutual agreement. And we walked away as friends. We were friends coming into it, and we're even better friends now. So if I do it again, it has to be some awesome communication.
Exactly.
Okay.
I guess I can take that. I'll take that back too. Because if it's somebody that'll mesh, I'll go with it. You know.
Right.
But I ain't never been married, so I don't even know if I don't even know at this point if it's necessary for me.
That's where I'm at, because I've never been married either, and I kept on saying, "Well, I don't want to be married." And then I realized the other day, I said, I'm going to stop saying I don't want to be married and just say that I'm comfortable with not being married. Right. I don't, it never has to happen for me. I mean, my last name been Sims for 53 years. So for it to all of a sudden up and change to somebody else's last name, see, that don't have to happen for me anymore.
Well, see, that don't have to happen no more either, because everybody's keeping their last name.
Well, I can keep and I could keep the same one. I'm just saying I don't have to, we don't even have to have that union.
Right.
I can stay in my house and be happily ever after. You can stay in your house and we can still do a partnership. You know what I'm saying? But it don't have to be on paper. It don't have to be none of that. You just stay where you at. I'm gonna stay where I'm at, and we're gonna make it happen, Captain, like that. Yeah, so I feel you on that, most definitely.
So that would be wifely duties from afar.
Right, exactly. So, but if I need you to do my yard, I still need you to come over. I still need you to come over and do my yard. Right. Just
take care of my house.
Communicate when you coming.
Right, Right, right. We don't do pop buys. You call, all right?
Shoot, I'll be cutting your grass twice a week.
Okay, so as we had other questions containing wifely duties as well as do you expect that there are, since we debunked wifely duties, do we have husband duties? So we're debunking everything that we don't really have to have these duties. We just gonna be fun.
Well, you know you're gonna always have some husband duties.
Right. Man duties, right.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah, honey-do list,
Right.
as I call
I was
them.
gonna say
Right.
honey-do.
Honey-do.
Mhm.
I'm glad those are over.
Husband duties all the time.
Did you guys hear Kevin? He said, "So glad those are over."
They know.
I heard that,
You heard
Kevin.
what Kim said. She said she ain't doing nothing outside.
Right, yes, I ain't doing nothing outside. Yeah, so that is gonna be my man. That is gonna be my man's job.
Well, I ain't mad at you because I don't do outside much either.
We know.
I had this annual garden, perennial garden planted. So I go there, oh, they cute, they growing up. I ain't got to touch it ever again. And Eric said,
Right.
"Why you don't go out there and clean it out?" I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
So he won't clean it
So
out.
since we taken away wifely duties and husband duties, but
We didn't
I
take away
still
husband
feel
duties.
like, well, not taken away, because what we did was we meshed them together. Pretty much everybody, there is no such thing as one or the other. Everybody basically kind of does the same thing. But wouldn't you say, as a man still though, when I look at and when I see a husband or if I see a man, for me, I still consider that person to be my protector
Oh yeah.
and somewhat provider. So is that still on the table?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I need to know. Is that still on the table?
That's still the manly duties. We got rid of all the womanly duties, the wifely duties. You ain't never get rid of the manly duties.
Okay.
Okay.
I was brought up in a time where the man brought the money home and the wife, paid the bills and I started trying to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you, and until one major bill didn't get paid,
Right.
and I decided to pick up my duty and do,
Do you?
thank you.
I get that,
But that is part of the duty was for you to
somehow that was instilled in us at a young age that the man bring on the check and the wife pay the bill. But they just didn't mean the wife that we had or women we had, because I ended up with a lot of bills at the end of that relationship.
Right.
Took me 10 years to pay them off.
right. So part of that man.
But as far as as manly duties, I still think that a man should hold the door open and pay for dinner and stuff like that.
Right.
I still believe in that,
Me too.
For the man, that's why I say man duties ain't never going nowhere.
They ain't never going nowhere.
No,
That's, because I still feel like as a woman, and it's basically because I love to cook too. So I still, even though, don't get me wrong, y'all, I love to cook, but I go out every day if you take me. But but I do love to cook. You know what I'm saying? So I love actually providing a well-prepared cooked meal from my heart to my man. I love that. Yeah. So that's I don't know if it's a wifely duty but I did say in our episode when we did it that a woman naturally does things that's natural to her, right, for the family and for the man. And that comes natural to me, making sure that if you're going to work or, you coming home from work or something, that I have at one point made a meal for you and had a meal on the table for my man. Said along with, to me, what naturally a woman does to take care of her man, her family, her things that come naturally. There are things that you do that have to be done, and then there are things that you do naturally. So that's one of the things that's always been instilled in me, because it's also one of my passions and my gifts. So
right. And I'm the same way. I don't mind. I like cooking for the lady friend of mine. To come over and I like fixing a good meal. I burn up a barbecue grill. you know. So I have that same passion, you know. Some things just like you say, it's just part of you. You know, and I've been cooking all my life, you know, so it's just what I do.
Right.
I cook and I cut grass.
The 2 C's.
Which I want to go back to when you guys said we say husband duties or manly duties never go away, because that's one of the things we do want our men to be protective of us and still take care and provide for us. That's never going to go away. So even if you had to take over doing the bills, that's you still providing for us to making sure we have everything together. So I think that will never go away, because I think that is what makes you the head of the family, is you taking care of whomever you're with, or your children, your family members, or whatever. We expect that for you to take care of you, and that's what I look for. And when I did get married, was somebody who also cared for their mother, because if you still caring for your mother and loving your mother, you're gonna love me and take care of me. So that I think that will never go away, no matter what anybody says. We can still be partners, but the man perspective, I feel, has always had to be provide and protect. And protecting mean in every area, whether it's mentally, spiritually, financially.
You have to look at that in generations.
Huh?
You have to look at that in generations.
Yeah. So it's wherever that generation started, but we have to pass it down to the younger ones. Like, dude, even my son, you still have to provide and protect. However you feel like, if you don't think a 9-to-5 job is your thing, you still have to find a way to provide and protect.
That's right.
And keep yourself together, no matter how you feel. If 9-to-5 ain't it, make sure you got money in and you're taking care of whomever you are with and your children. You know, that's something because their thoughts about it differently. They're not loyal to no companies. They're like, we don't like it, we moving on. They have no fear about changing.
No, they got them out there with 10 and 12 W-2s. Yeah, you're right.
Right. Exactly.
And would have had another one if it hadn't been for Christmas.
Right.
You know, where we got on the job and we stayed there. That was our job, to provide for our family. You know?
And you know, speaking of that too, that's the one thing I say about a lot of these women not allowing men and fathers to be in the child's lives, because I believe men teach boys how to be men. Absolutely. But you also teach girls how to be ladies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? That, okay, no, that dress you got on, hey, that's too short. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What you got on, this, that, you know, so that's why, you know, they're changing the roles. Everybody wants to be the other thing now out of nature. It's unnatural for us because, one, that's not how we was raised, but then it's unnatural because it's not part of nature. So I don't, all these different names they have for everything. I'm not knocking anybody. Please do you. If that's you, do you. But remember, at some point, you still have to have some order.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you 100% on that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
So,
anything
go
else?
ahead.
Anything else? What else y'all got coming to add to our conversation?
Well, I think I said, you know, communication is key, regardless.
Of what relationship? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be it's gotta be strong and on point, and it's gotta be some give and take, and we gotta have each other's back. You know, those are just some standard things too. My grandmother used to have dinner ready at noon.
Wow.
And I used to go eat some of Granddaddy's dinner. Every day at noon.
Right.
But she worked at home. I mean, she was home.
And have lunch getting ready and dinner right behind.
Right. Yeah. And that's one thing I will say. Women back in the day were amazing, because my grandfather used to have to be to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. PM. So whenever I came to spend the night with my grandmother, I would come over, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, we eating breakfast.
Right.
Cause she feed my granddaddy before he go to work. Now, again, I said I love to cook, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, honey, you're gonna have to make your own.
See, they understood the assignment.
They did. They understood the assignment.
Right,
I got half of it.
Now, see, they understood the assignment.
Right. I only got half of it because at 4 o'clock in the morning, you can cancel Christmas. Yes.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes to hold a marriage together. There.
Right.
You know, getting up with them in the morning and seeing them.
Iron their clothes, all that stuff.
Now I draw the line at ironing because I don't like to iron my own clothes. So I ain't ironing yours or mine. Now I'll take them to the cleaners and pick them up, but that's that.
Oh, that's
right.
Go with it. That's back in the day, there.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
I think people would get along a lot better if people understood that part. Just
Right.
that part right there. That partnership, which is exactly what that was. Her deal was to make sure he was fed and up and well, ready to go to work. His clothes was ready, his food ready. If he had needed medicine or whatever, you know, whatever he needed, you know, in the morning.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, okay, honey, see you have a great day.
You gotta understand your assignment.
Well, I'm gonna have to see what happens in the next 25 years.
Look, I'm gonna have to switch classes. I have to switch classes. I'm not gonna be.
I'm not even expecting it. All right.
See what I tell y'all?
You do you. I'm going to do me. Okay. If I want breakfast in the morning, I gotta go out and get it. I'm gonna go get it.
Right.
There's a generational gap here.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. There is a gap.
Well, you know what?
It is.
Not so much of a gap, but let's look at it this way. It's just certain things that just ain't gonna happen now.
Right.
That happened back then.
Right. Well, you remember she wasn't working, or if she did, it was only part-time.
But here's my question. If it were to happen like it happened back then, I think that would make families a lot more closer and relationships a lot more closer. They would take relationships a lot more serious. You know?
Yeah.
Because they don't take relationships serious right now.
No, they don't.
Nobody understands their assignment.
That's true.
That's true. Now, like I said, I would go back to doing that as grandma and them did.
Right.
If I didn't have to work anymore, I would love it.
Right.
I'm like, this is my job to take care of everybody, take care of the home.
Right.
I get it. But we chose to start our lifestyle a little bit different, where we just we have to have
that's back when one paycheck would take care of everything.
Right.
Exactly. Now you got to have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta have to. You gotta have 2 paychecks and 2 hustles.
Yeah. Or if we had programmed ourselves to just live off of the one income. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too.
If we program ourselves to live off the one income, and then everything else will come together, you know. But we didn't know that. So that's my advice.
Because you already got high cost of living. You know, and I'll tell you something else that stuns me is daycare for children.
Oh yeah.
That cost is off the chart to me. I don't see how these young people are doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's different when I had my kids in daycare. That's definitely different. Yeah. They don't up the ante on that at all costs.
And especially now, shoot.
Yeah.
You can get a good steak under $50.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
No. But
we gotta rewrite husband and wifely duties, I think that book gonna have to be rewritten.
Yeah.
Right.
Or it has to be caught up with because it's been rewritten already.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Just gotta be published.
Exactly. It's more of a partnership. You're right. You do what you can. We all come together as one team and we keep doing it, which is what I keep saying. We're just one team. We're just coming together, one team.
Right.
One team. Well, gentlemen and ladies, we have a few minutes left. Any last final thoughts? I really appreciate we do appreciate you guys for coming along. It was very lively and conversational. But any final thoughts from anybody?
All I want to say is thank you all both for coming. I swear this was the best episode to me because, you know, we have two men on here who gave their thoughts and their opinions. And because we always get told, you know, it's just a woman show. So I'm really glad you all came on, and y'all know we're going to ask y'all to come back, right?
Well, you know, I tell you what I feel now. Y'all ain't never had a problem with that.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming along. Thank you. We appreciate you all for being here. Once again, we'd like you like, share, comment. Give us your next topic. What do you think about the changes of wifely and husbandly duties, or what have you? Give us a few comments. Please tell your friends, come out, and thank you guys for the gentlemen for coming along. We really do appreciate you. And until next time, SMD Viewpoints. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.
See y'all later. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.